Halftime Report. I'm Seema Mody. Time now for ETF Edge. Earnings season is winding down, but a number of big retailers still have yet to report. Walmart, JCPenney, Burberry all on deck this week. Plus, we'll get a monthly read on retail sales on Friday. Consumer spending has been the bright spot for the global economy, but there are a lot of questions about whether that's losing steam. Joining me now, Jay Jacobs from Global X Funds and Jeff Kilburg in the house, KKM Financial. Jeff, how should investors approach retail right now?
Well, it's really interesting, Seema. We continue to focus on the China-U.S. trade tariff conversation, but let's look at the consumer. The consumer has really muted all that noise all year long here domestically in the stock market, as we saw last Friday, tick new all-time highs. But let's look at today overseas in China. The 11/11 shopping festival, formerly known as Singles Day, shattered all records. So the consumer's in really good strength. So we look at some of the undercurrents here. Look at an ETF like RTH. It's showing a lot of strength above the 50-day, above the 200-day moving average. But yes, to your point, we're focused on the earnings. Walmart, Amazon, Costco, all these consumer spendings, we are really focused. I think investors should have that as a paramount focus as we go out of earnings season.
Jay, we'll get a good pulse on the consumer on Thursday. Walmart set to report. The stock is up about 27% already this year. What do you make of the company?
Well, it's been performing kind of as expected, and we've seen a lot of companies in this space actually exceeding earnings this year. About 3/4 of companies are beating estimates. So we think Walmart has a pretty good chance to beat estimates as well, particularly if the e-commerce side of the business continues to grow very quickly.
Is retail the best way to play the consumer, or are there other sectors to look to?
Retail is extremely broad. I mean, you're including some very slow growth areas like automobiles and gasoline and food compared to some very high growth areas like e-commerce and video games. So our preference is this is a cyclical space, but you want exposure to the higher growth areas that are going to have similar cyclicality. So, for example, e-commerce continues to grow very quickly. The video game space continues to grow very quickly and is seeing more and more recurring revenue as their business model. So we see these segments within retail that look more attractive than the broader
space. Any specific
space.
name in the video game space?
Activision, Blizzard, EA, Tencent, Take-Two, those have all been performing very well this year and are really well positioned for the future.
Jeff, you mentioned Singles Day. What would you be a buyer of here? Is it Alibaba or Amazon?
Well, actually, Seema, I'm going to look at Walmart this Thursday. That's when the earnings come out, and all my friends at the desk over in Inglewood Cliffs, they've seen what Walmart is doing. Believe it or not, they still have twice the sales of Amazon online, and they're really moving hard in the online to kind of compete with Amazon. So I like Walmart. I think Walmart has a chance here on their earnings day on Thursday. So pay attention there, and that's where I want to be long.
And Jay, what will you be looking for in this retail sales number that's due out on Friday?
Well, estimates show that it should be flat, but we had a negative number in September. So the key is really, is this going to start to set up a really nice trajectory heading into the holiday season? If we can see something that's a little bit more positive, I think we're going to see a lot of confidence in the broader economy going forward.